back on the pitch side for the grand finale. It's Multan Sultans and they take on Lahore Qalandars. Now, all the teams in the HPL PSL have won it at least once. We're talking about that lovely trophy, but there seem to be some teams who've done it twice. Let's have a look at the numbers game first. All right, so this pretty much tells you how it's gone in all these years of the HPL PSL 2016, starting off from Islamabad United, and last year was Lahore Qalandars, before that Multan Sultans. Both of them will be taking the trophy, one of them actually will be taking the trophy home tonight. Really looking forward to this encounter, and I'm sure my guests are also looking forward to this one. I've got Arooj Mumtaz and Alan Wilkins, both looking very dapper.
Thank you.
Arooj, I'm going to move on from your outfit because you do look absolutely amazing tonight. Just on the game then, you know, Multan versus Lahore, both the teams have picked up momentum at the right time. Who are you looking forward to the most?
I mean, if you break it down in terms of teams, I think kudos to Lahore, the way they came out and broke the jinx of batting second, and it was an inspired performance from their overseas in that middle. But Tahir Bey coming to the party, I still feel Fakhar Zaman will be key for them. On the other hand, Multan's got that really strong middle order, and their bowlers, I feel, because of Abbas Afridi and Ehsanullah, they've slightly got the edge in the bowling because Shaheen hasn't been able to deliver the way we expect him to. And early wickets up front haven't really come for him. So I just feel Multan probably have the edge, but Lahore's track record at home is phenomenal. So, well, what I'm hoping for is an absolutely thrilling final.
Yeah, what if we get a super over, Wilco, in the final?
Means we're here for a long time. But a couple of points there that Arooj made. The last win for Qalandars was made without Fakhar Zaman or Shaheen Shah Afridi firing. Shaheen's off pace. He's got to get that swing back. He's bowling waywardly. He's showing his emotion. You know, he was throwing the ball when he was sitting down mid-pitch. So he's got to keep calm. And the calmness came from Tahir Beg. It came from Sam Billings, Sikandar Raza, David Visa. So from the Qalandars point of view, the load was spread. And I think that was good for them. For Multan, I think they've discovered their mojo at the right time, and they've been chilling in the hotel. But again, that could, you know, they've been off for a couple of days. So I think it's more even because of last night, we saw from Lahore, than it was 2 nights ago.
Well, these two teams met in the qualifier earlier on as well. It's not the first time that they've met, and the results were not really in favour of Lahore Qalandars because they were bowled out only for 76. They made quite a few changes as well. Kyron Pollard was leading the way for them in terms of the batting, made that 57 in just 34 balls, and Multan Sultans came out triumphant by 84 runs. I mean, because of the fact that these two teams have met before, Wilco, I mean, is it something that is going to play a role in today's game, or forget about it and move on?
Well, a little bit. I mean, there are matchups. Cottrell, 3 wickets, 3 swinging delivery. So I think there are personal matchups. There are things that cricketers do. Then you keep it in here. You know how to bowl to a certain man. So I think, or a certain player. So I think the fact that Lahore have beaten them twice this year, Lahore have beaten Multan twice, yes, it counts to an extent, but I think then you draw the line, brand new, it's a brand new pitch, and it's the final.
Yeah, it is the final, and it is the big occasion here. All the players need to bring their A game tonight, but we're not the only ones who are experiencing this final. There's somebody who's played in a final before. Let's go over to Aaron Holland with Nick Knight.
Well, here we are. We're at the final. The blood, the sweat, the tears, the tactics, the planning, the good results and not so good results. Nick Knight, when it comes to preparing for a final, the mental game's got to be just as strong as the physical, right?
Absolutely. I mean, this is the big day. It's hard not to be anxious. It's hard not to be apprehensive. It's hard to think, oh, I really need a really big day. All of those emotions are very normal and very natural. So how do you try and control them? You get people like me, people up in comm boxes, people up in the stands and the fans saying, do you know what? Just stay calm. It's not easy just to stay calm when you're under pressure. I think there are people will do it different ways. But I think one thing that really matters is your preparation. And that just doesn't mean now when you arrive at the ground. That's probably 24 hours ago. When you go to bed, do you do the same sort of things? Are you doing the same routines as what you normally do? It's just another game, apparently. But are you preparing in the same way when you get to the ground? And I think this is where management comes in a little bit. Don't have an extra meeting. Don't come to the ground early. Don't have an extra net. Don't do extra fielding practice. Because all of that stuff is making it a little different. So try and keep it as normal as possible and prepare in as normal a way as you can.
I can't imagine the stress and the pressure. Obviously, this means so much to so many people. It's life-changing, and we've seen that with some of the new guys that have come through. If you could give one tiny piece of advice of sort of how you would maybe go about preparing for a final back in your day, obviously very successful English international yourself, what did you used to do?
Well, all of the above that I've just discussed, I think is really important. And when I look at big games like this, I look at senior players. David Visa for Qalandars. You watch David Visa, he'll be on the side of Shaheen Shah Afridi, he will be on his shoulder talking him through, trying to help him. You need characters who have been in this situation before that can help some of the younger guys. So those senior players, it's not just the captain and the coach, senior players out here in the middle keeping things nice and calm.
Yeah, it's the pressure of the final. That is where the key lies in terms of who deals with the pressure better. You're talking about the big occasion, and that's what matters the most in the end. Now we're moments away from the toss, but before that, we'll take a short break. It's just been such an incredible journey with the HPL PSL 8, and everybody's enjoyed every bit of it, especially the commentators. Let's find out from them who they feel is their best moment of the HPL PSL. Well, it's been quite a journey, but Horacio Loren, who is a world champion paraglider, he's also been on a journey of his own.
Lahore, Lahore.
Well, he is an aerial legend when you talk about this guy. He's the first paraglider to paraglide around K2. And there he is. You can see him on your screens now. He's created some records, this guy, and he's now bringing it down in the most epic fashion ever. When you talk about this trophy, the HBL PSL trophy, you've got the legendary paraglider who's managed to paraglide around K2. He's coming down now, and he's coming down in the most fashionable way into the Gaddafi Stadium. He's got the trophy in his hand. I mean, this is, Wilco, one unique way of bringing the HBL PSL trophy into the ground.
Well, this is amazing. I know he's going to need a large Red Bull at the end of this, but this is fantastic. This is one thing I've never done, and it's one thing I'm putting myself forward for next time. I mean, this is spectacular. And some of those shots, Aruj, weren't they, to see parts of Lahore from there, from the paraglider. Oh, gosh. Coming up, Aruj, coming up.
Oh, I mean, the aerial view he has, it's quite sensational. I think the crowd's getting right into this as well, because he's actually right on top of our heads at the moment.
He's literally above our heads at the moment, and this is something special. There is an element of novelty attached to this, because it's never happened in the history of the HBL PSL that we've had somebody flying down and bringing something so special.
Well, I hope the trophy is strapped in there. You wouldn't want to drop it from about 100 feet. Could make a bit of a dent.
Definitely not on our heads, Wilco, because he's right above our head at this point of time. But yeah, this is pretty special. You've got to admit that this is pretty special, something that we've never ever witnessed in the history of the HBL PSL. And that's why we love this competition, because it brings something new every time. Yeah, what a wonderful moment this is. We've got the paraglider, the champion paraglider, coming down and bringing this trophy in the most epic fashion possible. There he is. There you go. Some epic moments there, bringing the trophy. The paraglider who has managed to paraglide around K2 is now bringing the HBL PSL trophy to this very ground. What a stunning trophy, though. You've got to say, it's glittering, it's got all the sparkle in the world, and that's what the HBL PSL is also about, Aruj. It's about all the sparkle.
100%. And I think you use the word absolutely to the T. It is a glittering opening with that most wonderful piece of diamante-studded HBL PSL trophy that the two teams will play off for tonight.
Wilco, then, I mean, after this epic start to the day, quick thoughts, Multan versus Lahore Qalandars. I mean, we've got to talk about the toss, because we've seen what this this venue brings to the table in terms of results. What are you going for if you were the captain?
Well, you see, Lahore, the Qalandars have broken that jinx, haven't they? Because they know how to win second, so batting second. So that's gone out the window. Two of the best teams, the two best teams are in this final, and that was epic. This promises to be an epic final. This is where big players stand up and they play big. This is where your big boys really stand up. You talked about calmness. Shaheen's got to be calm. Rizwan's got to be calm, because this is going to be high-octane HBL PSL.
Win the toss, and?
Win the toss and bat first. But let me tell you one thing. The bowlers win them tournaments. I think Multan Sultans has got control in their bowling.
All right, on that note, you heard it from our experts as well. We are pretty much ready with the B-Love network toss. It's been a fantastic tournament so far. And it's over to Sikandar Bakht, who's out there with the two captains.
Hello Lahore, it's the final of the HBL PSL Season 8 and we are right here for this big encounter. I've got our match referee, Mr. Roshan Mahanama, and the two captains, the two teams who played Season 7 final are back at it again, Rizwan and Shaheen Shah Afridi. You got a coin?
Header.
Heads is the call. It is tails. शाहीन क्या करेंगे?
बैटिंग करेंगे।
बैटिंग करेंगे। बैटिंग काफी साजगार रही है आपकी टीम के लिए भी, ओवरऑल भी देखा गया है, लेकिन आपको क्या लगता है टॉस का कितना दखल होगा आज?
नहीं, देखिए बड़ा गेम है, फाइनल गेम है, और ऑफ कोर्स कोशिश करेंगे कि बैट्समैन पे ज़्यादा प्रेशर ना डाले। बॉलिंग अच्छी हुई जा रही है पूरे सीजन में, और इंशाल्लाह कोशिश करेंगे कि एक अच्छा टोटल दे के उसको डिफेंड करें।
माइंड में कोई टोटल रखा है? कोई टोटल है माइंड में?
इंशाल्लाह कोशिश है, जैसे लाहौर की विकेट फर्स्ट इनिंग्स में रन होते हैं 180 170, तो इंशाल्लाह कोशिश है कि उसको ज़हन में रख के जाए।
कोई तब्दीली लाए हैं टीम में?
सेम टीम है।
सेम टीम खिला रहे हैं। चलिए, गुड लक टू यू, यू डिफेंडिंग द टाइटल।
गुड लक।
रिजवान, क्या आप भी पहले बैटिंग करना चाहते थे?
ऑब्वियसली बिल्कुल बैटिंग करना चाह रहे थे।
अब क्योंकि ये फैसला तो किसी के हाथ में नहीं है, क्या लगता है कि चेजेबल कितना है यहाँ पर?
मेरे ख्याल से चैंपियन टीमों को इस बात से घबराना नहीं चाहिए कि टास्क का क्या मैटर है। अगर हम अच्छी क्रिकेट खेलेंगे इंशाल्लाह तो कोशिश करेंगे कि अच्छे कम से कम स्कोर में स्टिक करें और फिर अच्छे से बैटिंग करें एज ए चैंपियन टीम, तो ऑब्वियसली इंशाल्लाह रिजल्ट चेंज होगा। फिर
ओवरऑल काफी अच्छा आपका रन रहा है इस टूर्नामेंट में, लेकिन पुराने मैचेस को आप भुलाना पड़ता है। आज जो परफॉर्मेंस होगी वही मैटर करेगी। क्या बात की है टीम से आपने?
देखिए जी, इसी मैच के इंतजार में पूरा टूर्नामेंट चल रहा है, पूरा पाकिस्तान वेट कर रहा था, इसे 1 महीने से चल रहा था सारी चीज़ें, मगर बहरहाल फाइनल है, प्रेशर होता ही होता है, मगर हम एक नॉर्मल मैच के तरह खेलेंगे इस तरह शुरू में था। प्रेशर तो भी इसलिए है, मगर उस कोशिश करें कि उन चीज़ों को बुलाया जाए और अपना नॉर्मल मैच करें, यही एक मैसेज दिया उसके लिए।
कोई तब्दीलियां टीम में? सेम टीम ले जाने के लिए तैयार है इसको?
इंशाल्लाह।
ओके, गुड लक।
थैंक यू जी।
ऑलराइट, सो ऑफ कोर्स Lahore Qalandars of course have won the toss, and well, they are batting first. No problems with that. We got Bazid Khan and Waqar Yunus here. They'll tell us how this will play.
Yeah, enough from you, Sikandar. Yeah, it looks a fresh pitch. It is the pitch that hasn't been played on throughout this HBL PSL.
Yeah.
And I think you like it.
I like it. You know, whenever I see a little bit of sheen on the pitch, it'll come onto the bat quite nicely. So I feel it's going to be better than what we saw the other day. The pitch was a little slow. It was, you know, it was sticking in the pitch once you decide to bowl those cutters. But this one, I think, will have good pace and it will come onto the bat nicely. It's just the first early couple of overs are crucial.
Bit of swing?
Early on, because of the cooler weather, I think, and it's a fresh pitch. No game has been played since last time they played on this pitch was back in 6 months against England. So no cricket has been played. So I think this will play really well. A little bit of grass, which holds it together, and a cooler weather, I think, will make a big difference.
My favorite topic, your favorite topic, reverse swing. We didn't see anything yesterday. Day before, plenty, but yesterday nothing. What about today?
Look, I think you will still have a little bit of reverse swing. It's a high voltage game and they'll probably look to just explore whatever they have got. I mean, Lahore Qalandars, they have fantastic bowling side. And don't forget, I mean, Multan Sultans, they have got bowlers who are leading the leaderboard. So they are a very, very good side. It's going to be a really, really cracker of a game.
Absolute cracker. Waqar Yunus suggests that they've saved everything, the best for last, even the pitch.
Well, Lahore Qalandars have won the toss and they have decided to bat first. They're also going unchanged with their side, Wilco.
Yes, no surprise to me that they are batting first, because the team batting first here has won every time apart from once, and that was this team in the last match when they batted second to win it. So it's a good side, and I think it helps Fakhar Zaman to go big in this first innings rather than chasing. A little bit of pressure. I think he's been feeling the pressure. That is a good side. And the fact is that Billings, Sikandar Raza and David Visa had a bit of a taste of batting in that middle order as well. So I think they're well prepared, better than they were 2 days ago.
What about Multan Sultans, Rouge? They're also going unchanged, pretty much the same winning combination that they've stuck with.
I think the word that you can use for Multan Sultans is in control, and that's what they seem to be, because they're a well-rounded side. They've got good structure to their lineup, and they've stuck with Usman Khan, who can provide the impetus and firepower with Rizwan up front. But then look at the 4 names to follow: Riley Rousseau, Karen Pollard, Tim David and Khushdil Shah. And with the bowling, again, Lahore might have the experience, but the bowling lineup in terms of wickets column. You've got Abbas Afridi and Ahsanullah. Sheldon Cottrell, he was a game changer in their previous encounter. And then Osama Mir with his leg spin option. Two very good sides.
Let's not forget Anwar Ali, his ball to Fakhr Zaman. That was quite incredible in that previous game. So both the sides are looking extremely well-rounded now. Lahore seem to have fixed all their issues in the game last night as well. It should be a fantastic game tonight. We'll see you shortly after this break. Moments away from all the live action, it's Qalandars taking on Multan Sultans, and Qalandars have won the toss and they've decided to bat first. Just behind me is this wonderful trophy that we have both the teams playing for. It looks beautiful, looks absolutely stunning with all the crystals on it, and we'll have to wait and watch who actually gets a hand on that. All right, I've now been joined by a new set of guests. I've been joined by Sana Mir and Mr. Danny Morrison.
Good to see
Sana,
you.
good to see you always. Sana, good to see you as well. Lahore versus Multan. The two best teams are in the final. Who do you think has an upper hand?
Yeah, I think the two teams have played some excellent cricket throughout the tournament. Lahore started off as favourites. They proved it for the most of the tournament. But I do think the momentum is with Multan a little bit more than it's with Lahore.
Do you agree with those thoughts as well? Do you think Multan has the momentum, or have things changed after last night?
Yeah, I think in a way, when I look at the toss, and you have to bat first, we all know that it's a finale. And I just think, yes, the pitch has been covered and you think about bowling maybe a little bit, but runs on the board. For me, Zaini and Sana, I think the big key really is to try and stop Multan, who've got an outstanding unit, we know that. But really, Fakhr Zaman, we've said it so often, and he's got scores. When they have won and done well, he's got scores and makes a heck of a difference. So both these sides, not a lot in it. For me, it really is about Lahore's bowling up against Multan's batting at the top there. So it'll be fascinating to see now the reverse side of it, because Multan have to bowl first. Let's see how Fakhr and co go.
Yeah, you're talking about their bowling and batting. I can tell you one thing, Multan's bowling is not looking bad either. You've got Abbas Afridi in the wickets column, and you've also got Osama Mir. Let's not forget his performance. He's also had a fabulous mentor in the form of Mushtaq Ahmed.
कोच का मुश्किल काम है, क्योंकि आपके इख्तियार में चीज़ें नहीं होती। आप प्लेयरों को अपना एक्सपीरियंस शेयर करते हो, प्लान्स देते हो, कई दफ़ा बेचारे एग्जीक्यूट नहीं कर सकते तो आप फ्रस्ट्रेशन का शिकार होना शुरू हो जाते हैं। तो कोचिंग में सबसे ज़्यादा जो मुश्किल टफ टाइम होता है वो अपने आप का सब्र का, पेशेंस लेवल, वो बहुत तगड़ा होना चाहिए। एंड आई बिलीव दैट कि आपके मैनेजमेंट स्किल अगर तगड़े होते हैं और अगर आप सोचते हैं कि जी मैंने फोकस होके, जब कोई फेलियर आता है, जो प्लान्स लड़के एग्जीक्यूट सही नहीं कर सकते, तो उनको रिलैक्स करने की कोशिश करते हैं और उनको बैक करने की कोशिश करते हैं। कोचिंग इज़ अ वेरी डिफिकल्ट जॉब एक्चुअली। लगता आसान है, बट द एंड ऑफ द डे अगर देखा जाए ना, तो कोचिंग प्लेयर से ज़्यादा मुश्किल है। यू हैव टू बी प्रोएक्टिव, और प्रोएक्टिव होने के लिए बड़ा ज़रूरी है कि आपको सिचुएशन के मुताबिक, वो एक फ्रेज़ मैं हमेशा यूज़ करता हूँ, व्हेन टू से, व्हाट टू से, वेयर टू से। ये दो तीन चीज़ें होती हैं, प्लेयर को कब बात करनी है, कैसे बात करनी है और किस मौके पे करनी है। ये आई थिंक कोच का होना बहुत ज़रूरी है, और कोच के और प्लेयर के रिलेशनशिप का तगड़ा होना बहुत ज़रूरी है। जब ये दो तीन चीज़ें आपको आ जाती हैं और उसके ऊपर पेशेंस लेवल होता है। देखिए, कोई भी प्लेयर बंदा, कोई भी कोच हारना नहीं चाहता, मगर जब आपकी टीम हारती है, कोई प्लेयरों को आप प्लान देते हो, वो एग्जीक्यूट सही नहीं करते, उसके ऊपर फिर आपका पेशेंस लेवल इतना तगड़ा होना चाहिए कि आप अकॉर्डिंग टू द सिचुएशन डिसीजन कर सकें। जो मेरे साथ काम करते हैं, मैं ऑनरशिप लेता हूँ, और मैं समझता हूँ कि ऑनरशिप लेना बहुत ज़रूरी होती है अपने स्पिनर्स की या किसी भी प्लेयर की। तो मैं समझता हूँ कि जितने भी हमारे पाकिस्तान के जितने भी स्पिनर्स हैं खेल रहे हैं इस वक्त, दे ऑल माय फेवरेट्स, एंड सबसे इम्पॉर्टेंट चीज़ है कि आई ओन देम, मैं उनकी ऑनरशिप लेता हूँ। बिलीव ऑन योर प्लेयर्स। जब आप अपने प्लेयर्स के ऊपर बिलीव करते हैं तो वो बिलीव प्लेयरों के अंदर इंडल्ज होता है। जब आप डाउटफुल होकर कोचिंग करते हैं या आप डाउटफुल होकर प्लान्स देते हैं, तो प्लेयर्स जो होते हैं वो आपके प्लान्स को और आपके वो जो आपका माइंड सेट होता है उसको हाफ हार्टेडली लेते हैं। और उसके बाद हैज़ टू बी अ वेरी गुड मैन। और मैं हमेशा ये फ्रेज़ इस्तेमाल करता हूँ, उस उस्ताद को कोई हक नहीं होता है अपने स्टूडेंट्स को डांटने का जो उनके लिए बाद में दुआएं ना करता हो। तो आई थिंक इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट।
Just such a fabulous character, positive personality to have in your camp. The crowds are still coming in. I can tell you that the noise is going to be absolutely deafening here at Gaddafi Stadium. The tickets, well, everybody's been asking for the tickets. And there you have it. You've got people on time. We're normally seeing people rather not on time in this part of the world. Danny's just had a laugh as well, but it's good to see that everybody's already in the house. Sana, Mushi, you know, is such a character, and he, like I said, you know, always positive, regardless of the situation.
Yes, I think the whole Mushtaq Ahmed and the whole Multan Sultan dugout, I think the think tank has been brilliant. You see players coming into the Multan side and their performances enhanced. One example is Anwar Ali. There's clarity. Mushtaq Ahmed also talked about clear plans and informing players about the plans without doubt. And you can see that in his performance. He's using the new ball well, finishing the innings well. So you see these players really blooming under Multan Sultan.
And then you've got Andy Flower, very calculated, very measured, very different to Mushi.
Yeah, no, it just brings that semblance of so much experience in terms of a coach doing it internationally, now more into the leagues of the franchise T20 setup. Been around a long time, and let's not forget, Andy Flower was a high, top-class player in his own right. He, in a way, was the one that started initiating reverse sweeping back 22 years ago. And so when I look at that, he does add to that mix that Sana was talking about, the think tank of the group. Superb.
The think tank of the group is absolutely superb, which is why Multan Sultans has been such a successful side. Thank you so much for your thoughts. We're literally only minutes away from the action. Just a quick reminder, Lahore Qalandars has won the toss and they have elected to bat first. Don't go anywhere because we've got an action-packed day for you, and it should be a riveting contest between two very good sides.